Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing and demonstrating the new Chanel Camelia Futura makeup collection. We were just talking about this in my last Love It or Leave It video, and I said I had no idea when it was supposed to launch, but a few people commented saying that they had started making purchases, so I immediately reached out to my sales associate and she texted me back and she said you would not believe what just arrived at the boutique. She was in the process of unboxing everything when I texted her, so I was able to run over and see it in person, and can I just say that pictures do not do this collection justice. We also talked about my low-buy rules for 2025. No blushes, no lipsticks, and I was planning to limit my beauty purchases to only 3 per month. I broke every single rule. Now, I didn't go crazy, I didn't purchase everything, but I have some really great things to show you. I think you're going to love this collection more than you might have thought. I take back what I said about the blush being the obvious star of the show, because the eyeshadow palette, I think, is the dark horse favorite of the entire collection. I was fully prepared to skip this. I wasn't really interested. Yeah, I thought the design embossed was pretty, but I didn't think I would like any of the shades. This is so much prettier in person. I'm hoping that the video will pick up just how beautiful it is. The eyeshadow palette is called 387 Utopia. Now, I was playing around with this earlier today and I created a look, so this isn't going to be a true first impressions. I can already say that I love this palette, but I did make sure to capture some video before I touched it and ruined the design so you can see all of the intricate details. The design embossed is gorgeous. Of course, you have the camellia flowers, the CC in the middle. It looks like stitching around each of the petals. The camellia is sort of raised, so it's three-dimensional. It's really exceptional design. But the shades are so interesting. I still haven't touched the pink up here. I think this probably still is my least favorite shade. Whoop, there goes one of the sponges. But this shade down here, in pictures, this almost looks like the most basic beigey taupe you could imagine. It is not. It is actually iridescent. It's such a unique nudie metallic shade, and the blue is not too blue. It just sort of gives the shadow an overall cool undertone look, which I think is really nice. This, I guess, speaks to the future part of the Camelia Futura. It's very futuristic. And then even the pearl up here also has a little bit of an iridescent shift. And then this really nice brown down here, this is more of, I guess, maybe a matte satin finish. Very wearable. It's not too dark, not too smoky, and it just sort of ties the entire palette together. So I think these three make a lot of sense. I think you could do maybe these three up here. I'm not sure there's a look where I would use all 4 of these shades, but I can absolutely see myself using all 4, including the pink in the future. This right here is what sold me. I think this is going to throw people when they see it in person because you're not expecting it. This Camelia Futura powder blush trio is really special. We knew it would be just based on the pictures. It's very bright and peachy, which is my favorite shade of blush. If I was going to break the rules for anything, of course, it has to be a limited edition special peachy blush from Chanel. I love all 3 shades. I did test this earlier today and it was gorgeous, but I just sort of tapped my blush all around. I think you could maybe concentrate in the top third, middle third, bottom third, but this is going to be something that I just sort of swirl and go. It's very spring, summer, very beachy, just warm weather, summer vacation, spring break type of vibes. Can we take a moment of appreciation for the normal sized compact? This is so much more practical. It's not huge, oversized paperweight of a compact. You can travel with this, you can throw it in your makeup bag. It's not overwhelming, and I know if I really put my mind to it, I could finish this blush completely and get all of my money's worth. It's not a blush that's just going to sit in the drawer because it's so big and bulky. There are 4 new shades of the Stilo Ombre Contour Stick. I picked up 1, but I swatched all 4 in store for you. There's Vert Titanium, a metallic green, Taupe Fume, Pêche Poudre, which is this one, and Mauve Chrome. All 4 shades are really pretty, very wearable. I picked up quite a few of these last summer, so I wanted to be smart, and the orange really stood out to me, so I went with 56 Pêche Poudre. There are 2 new nail polishes, a really pretty pink 361 Pionnier, and then 363 Utopiste is a really interesting, very futuristic inspired shade. It's sort of a gunmetal, and it has a ton of rainbow glitter. Really interesting color. I knew it's not something that I would get a lot of use out of for spring, and definitely not a lot of use out of in general. I don't wear a lot of glitter nail polish. Maybe it shears out on the nail, I'm not sure. I am on a low buy here, so I skipped both polishes, and we have a new iridescent illuminating fluid. The shade is Halo. This looks very similar to like the beige. I don't know what the exact name is, but I have at least 2, I think probably 3 liquid illuminators from Chanel that are similar. I love this product. If I didn't already have something like it, I would have considered purchasing this. There are 4 new lipsticks, 2 Rouge Allure Lacs that are both pretty peachy. The only difference is one is sort of sparkly and then the other is a little bit deeper peach and it's matte. Number 96, I want to say, is the slightly shiny one. Then 97 is a deeper peach, more of a matte finish. Both of these are really pretty. Again, I think they would go with the blush really nicely. And finally, there are 2 new Rouge Coco Flash lipsticks. I picked up 270 Peachy. This one has the gold sheen. Rosa is a berry color with a blue sheen. They didn't have the tester, and I was just a bit afraid that the blue sheen would end up looking too blue on my lips. It looks really pretty. This one gives off quite a bit of gold color to it whenever you apply, so I'm happy with this. In fact, I love it so much, I'm not going to buy another one. What am I talking about? But I do really like it. I love it so much that I hope they always have something similar. I'm going to practice self-restraint. I'm not going to purchase a backup lipstick. I shouldn't have even purchased this one. It's beautiful. I love any lipstick that has a slight golden sheen to it. I'm sure Rosa is a beautiful shade as well, but seeing the blue sheen threw me a little bit. I didn't want to risk it. I've scooted in close for the demo. I've already primed my eyelid, so we are starting with this eyeshadow palette. This is a Sephora Pro Crease 24 brush. It's just a smaller fluffy, and I am going to start in this sort of chocolatey, sort of a cool toned taupey brown. It's not really a chocolate brown, I guess, right here. It's maybe even a little bit gray. I'm not really sure what I would call this color. It's a mix between gunmetal and brown. And see, earlier today when I played around with these colors, I did have a little brown shadow already in the crease, so maybe that's why I thought this was browner than it is. But I love that it's a cooler tone. How many times have you yelled at me in the comments saying my brown Chanel eyeshadow looked orange? I think a lot of their browns tend to pull very warm, so this definitely gives us something different. I like that you can get a little smoky, but it's not too dark, it's not too intense or intimidating. Yeah, that is so pretty. I went from thinking this eyeshadow palette was an obvious skip to now considering whether this might be my favorite Chanel eyeshadow palette that I have in my collection. It's so pretty. It's definitely up there as one of the most interesting. Considering the finish of this eyeshadow, when you look really closely in the pan, you can see it definitely has maybe a little luminosity to it. It goes on really smooth. It doesn't look patchy at all. Next, I'm going in with a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy, a 505 brush. Just a flat shader brush will do. And I'm picking up our sparkly shade down here. The most beautiful eyeshadow. It reminds me a little bit of something maybe from MAC. Yes, it is iridescent. Yes, you can see blue shimmer when you look up close, but I'm telling you, this is not glitter. It is not chunky, and you really can only see the iridescent sheen very close. Like from here, I can barely see it. It's subtle, it's wearable. I love the futuristic vibes of this shadow. I am so excited to see the campaign photos and see the makeup they create for the ads. I know iridescent isn't for everyone, but these shades are just so flattering. And if you really want to kick it up a notch, you can just go in with your finger. And that's basically it for the eyeshadow. You don't really have to do any crazy application techniques when the shade is that unique. I do have tinted sunscreen on my face, so I'm just going to go in with one pump of the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This has been my top drawer. There was a tiny bit of fallout, but not a lot. I was able to quickly dust it away. The formula itself is really good, the texture of the eyeshadow. It is on the drier side, but it's not super flaky or dusty. It's not messy to use. And because it's not thick, chunky glitter, it doesn't get all over the place. Especially when you do eyes first. Very quickly, I finished the rest of the face except for blush, so we can get back to all of the new products, but I will show you what I used very quickly. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum Liquid Bronzer. I love this liquid bronzer. My Fenty concealer refuses to quit. This is the Wear Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer in 120N. I've had that for a long time. And then I set my face quickly with the Chanel Loose Powder. I want to finish the eye before I go in with the blush. So with the pencil brush, I'm going into our original shade, and I am going to quickly buff this beneath the lower lash line just to tie everything together. Just to give us a little definition down there. Same thing on the other side. I'm not going to use the pink eyeshadow today, and I don't think we're going to touch the Stilo Ombre Contour Stick either. So I'm going to save both of those for my next makeup video. Using a small precision brush, I am going to pick up this pearly shade up here, and I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corner of the eye. This has a bit of a pink shift to it, but it's very, very subtle. Same as the blue, so it's not glittery, not chunky. It works perfect as an inner corner highlight. This would look really beautiful all over the lid as well. Eyeliner and mascara is now done, so the eyes are complete. I absolutely love how they turned out. So fast and easy. And now we need to finish the face, going in with this blush, the Camelia Futura Powder Blush Trio. It does come with a half moon brush. I don't really use these, so I'm just going to go in with a normal blush brush. It's pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to very lightly tap around, pick up a little bit of all three shades. That way it creates the perfect peachy blush. Very pretty. It's not the most unique shade, but it is really beautiful. I just noticed the mirror is magnified. I was like, why do I look so close? It's kind of convenient. Yeah, it is definitely a magnified mirror. Wow, that threw me for a second. Going back into the light pink up at the top, I'm using that shade to sort of blend this up into my concealer. And the last step is lips. I'm going in with my Rouge Coco Flash shade 270 Peachy, but because this is so sheer and so pale, it does need a lip liner, definitely on me. So I'm gonna quickly line my lips and fill them in just a little bit using the Rouge Dior lip liner in Rose. I'm wearing this basically every single day, and I kind of pack it in my purse everywhere I go. Just to give a little something to the lips, and then look at this lipstick. You ready? Do you see that gold frost? It really is a gold lipstick. Peach, I guess. But it has a gold sheen to it, so it doesn't really look peachy. It looks gold. That's why I think it definitely needs something underneath. Otherwise, it might look sort of funny if you just have gold on your lips. But it's beautiful. It's very summery. It'd be really pretty to just tap in the center of the lips. And this is the final makeup look using the new Camelia Futura collection from Chanel. I love everything. I love every single piece I picked up. I haven't tried the Stilo Ombre contour stick yet, but I do really like the product. I love the texture. I really love the shade. So I imagine we will put that to good use, and I'm going to test it in my next video. The blush is beautiful. It's such a pretty happy color. If you already have a ton of blushes and you don't really care about the fact that it's limited edition and it has the beautiful camellia, skip the blush. The eyeshadow palette is definitely worth your consideration if you like that style of makeup. If you love luminosity, you love shimmer, you think you'll get use out of that iridescent shade, it is absolutely stunning. It is so easy to work with. This was very fast, simple, just 2 shades, that's it. We did eventually go in with the pearl shade to highlight, but you don't really have to get crazy and creative. I think the shades themselves are just really pretty. And this peachy lipstick, this is right up my alley. I love when a lipstick has a slightly pearlescent sheen or a gold sheen. So now I can add that sheen to any lipstick. I can put this on top of anything else in my collection and it will just give it that extra dynamic touch. Definitely more of a lipstick topper than a lipstick to be worn alone. So as long as you don't mind that, you love lip liner or wearing lipstick, something underneath, then I would say go for these. If you just want something peachy and plain, I would go for the Rouge Allure Lax. I am very happy with all of my purchases. Yes, I broke my low buy rules, but it is self-inflicted. I'm planning to not purchase any more makeup for the month. I'm going to wait until March. Overall, it's very warm and summery, which is perfect for me in Miami because it's already hot outside. It feels like summer already. So I'm very happy with this collection. I'm excited to hear your thoughts as well. That completes today's review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be linked down below in the description box and tagged directly to the video so you can click the picture that pops up. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.